This is the South African Morning. Let's bring you this story. The ANC is dismissing allegations made by a British NGO against its Secretary General, Ace Magashule. Shadow World investigations claim to have new evidence linking Magashule to corruption during his tenure as the Free State Premier. For more on this, I'm joined by the ANC's spokesperson, Pule Mabe, in studio. Mr. Mabe, before we get on to the allegations against the Secretary General, let's clear the air around Geoff Makhubo. The ANC Integrity Commission, is it investigating him or are the investigations concluded? Because you and the Gauteng ANC are sitting on opposite sides.
Morning, Goli. I don't understand when you say we are sitting on opposite side. Maybe if I could get
Let me clarify it for you.
Yes.
Panyazale Sophie says the matter around Geoff Makhubo's company that received 30 million rand from Regiment's Capital, yes, the company involved in state capture, that matter is still under investigation. You stood yesterday at the council offices post the election and you said that the Integrity Commission has quote-unquote cleared Mr. Makhubo. Which is it?
Well, of course, I mean, those are issues that the province is seized with. I wouldn't really want to enter into that space.
So you basically uttered a lie yesterday. Is that your admission now?
Well, I wouldn't say that I uttered a lie. To the best of my understanding, and I'm sure that the Integrity Commission, together with the province of Gauteng, are best competent to be able to deal with their processes once they finalized everything. You know, it could be...
So which Integrity Commission cleared Mr. Makhubo?
Well, one might have had a preemptive and one might have an understanding at the time, and of course it was brought to my attention that the province could still be seized with some of the issues that have to do with the matter. You know, so I don't think that we went out and...
So let's be clear then, Mr. Makhubo is still under investigation by the ANC Integrity Commission, yes?
Well, I don't know the extent of the investigation and the work that is really happening there. All I understood at the time when I spoke to the media was that there was a clearance of sort, and I think that the province would be the best competent body to be able to talk about this. I wouldn't want to venture because it is the Provincial Integrity Commission and together with the Provincial Executive Committee that assist with such matters. Right. But maybe, only for the sake of your viewers, so that we are not seen to be talking in tongues, where we are, Comrade Geoff Makhubo is the mayor of the city of Johannesburg. There is nothing that bars him from occupying or performing into that responsibility. It could be that the provincial structure itself wants to make sure that they take the lead in terms of leading the charge on how they place this out in the public.
Let's move swiftly along, Mr. Mabe, because of time. The purpose that you're here is regards the Secretary General of the ANC. How does an investigation of corruption allegedly committed under his administration in the Free State become a mission to divide the ANC? That's what your statement is saying about this NGO.
Well, Goli, and without necessarily attacking the NGO, and because that we are not really in that business, every time when you attack or cast aspersions on leaders of the African National Congress, it is the very ANC that you are dividing. Because once you start sending mixed signals about the leadership of the African National Congress and creating a picture that there is incoherence and that perhaps cadres of the movement are not fit themselves to be able to lead the charge because of some of the things that, or allegations that are being brought up, you can just imagine what that does to the organization itself.
Mr. Mabe, Mr. Magashule surely has brought this vilification that you speak of himself. He's brought it onto himself by closely associating with the Guptas through close family ties. So how does an NGO which is merely investigating and has actually committed to go to state capture to table what they've found, how do they play into ANC politics? What does that have to do with dividing the ANC?
But Mr. Magashule is not just Mr. Magashule. Mr. Magashule is the Secretary General of the African National Congress. All we are saying, and I think the point we made, and the statement we issued was carefully crafted. We did not who want to go and start attacking NGOs and all of that. All we said was that there has not been any competent body that would have charged Mr. Magashule for whatever allegations that are being brought up. So these things, from where we are sitting, they are being rehashed, and we believe that every time, Koli, when these negative narratives are being rehashed, what they seek to do is not only divide the ANC, they also seek to cast aspersions around the leadership of the African National Congress.
All right.
So we're raising really a matter of principle there.
All right. Mr. Mabe, I'm completely out of time. Thank you very much for making the time to come through. Does Geoff Makhubo, by the way, represent the New Dawn, in your view?
Well, Geoff Makhubo is a chairperson of the African National Congress.
Does he represent the New Dawn that has been espoused by the President, Cyril Ramaphosa?
Well, he does. All of the leaders of the ANC represent the New Dawn. All of the leaders of the ANC represent
with the cloud
a new,
of corruption,
faster way of doing things and all of that. But Comrade Geoff has not been charged.
All right.
You know, so it is really unfair, Koli, that even as he starts, you know, yesterday I made a point that when it was Mashaba, there was a red carpet, he was given support all over media houses and all of that. Why are we not allowing Comrade Geoff to also settle in his position and see how it goes?
Pule Mabe, thank you very much for your time. To this now.